Oh, okay. It was turned off again. Not sure why, but I evidently hit it. Uh-oh. There we go. Hey, it's me. Yep, I knew, Sparky. Thanks for letting me know, buddy. I was playing with my cameras and I must have went across and hit the microphone in place of one of them. So let's see who all we got in the chat. See if I can move it backwards over here. We've got Rick, Illinois Central Railroad HO scale trains saying hey to everybody. The Carver, welcome. Chasco, Dave BNSF N scale. Sparky, one of our many moderators. PD RRE engineer. And I'm looking over here at the chat because everything's just kind of everywhere. Let me put you all on my other cam for the time being. You'll be able to see what I'm doing. PDRRE engineer, welcome. Rick Bailey, saying hi to everybody. Martin, Power Slave, Power Slave LP. Welcome to the live chat. Looks like Alex Brockway, welcome. Jerry Solly, welcome. And as Sparky would say, good evening, model railroaders, or good day, model railroaders. In this case, night, day, wherever you may be. Unfortunately, I'm not Sparky, so you get stuck with Hot Rod Rodney 25. Oh, everybody's just so lucky they get me again two days this week. I can feel everybody's pain having to deal with me 2 nights. Yes, good day, model railroaders. It looks like we have 12 watching, according to this goofy little computer of my daughter's, which is exactly like the one that I used to try to live stream on. Only mine is blue and hers is silver and black. So, could use more volume. Well, that's going to have to be on your end, buddy, because mine is maxed out on the volume. So, it is 100% and it will not go no more on the microphone. So, that has something to do with your end, I'm sure. But anyway, tonight, guys, we already know that I'm filling in for Sparky 107, who took a vacation day. this week from his normal live feed or live chat, and he has posted a video not too long ago. Matter of fact, almost probably about a half hour. Well, it's going on a half hour ago now, but he's looking for 3 winners that he needs to contact him for from Christmas Day contest. So go back and watch that video and get a hold of Sparky. I'm trying to think what all I want to do before I attempt to get into a mess that I really wasn't actually planning on doing tonight, but I came up with something quick in my head because today really hasn't been that much of a good day. So I will try to go through the paint here in a minute, try to find what I'm actually after. I still have water in here. I ain't going to be able to do it without water because it'll get a little more messy. But anyway, turning back, actually, I really don't have to announce them. I can put you all, muting my microphone. Jeez, Rodney. And there I am on the computer. There is the weekly shows. If you can read that, it's kind of, for some reason, screwed up. Evidently, something has moved. There we go. Okay. But there's the weekly shows you need to check out, especially Wilmer's Not Bad. That's usually out on Mondays. Wilmer did not get to do his Not Bad for 2 weeks in a row. The one, I forget what did happen last week, but this past Monday, he could not do it because he was not feeling good. And we wish you thoughts and prayers for a speedy recovery on your cough and whatever else you might have, Wilmer. If Wilmer's in here. And looks like we have CDP 1965 in the house. Dale, Pennsylvania guy, or Dale Brass, Pennsylvania guy. Change trains. And I'm getting a text message. Don't read this out loud. Gotcha, Sparky. Anyway, we got Roy's Dispatch that comes out Tuesdays. Another great show. Roy ain't in here. I see Drake popping into the chat. Well, that's good news, Sparky. That's good news that Ron has contacted you, and that's good news. Very good news. Ralph Greenwood, one of my moderators. And if any of you don't know what the blue moderators mean by now, well, you're being policed by the Hot Rod Rodney Sheriff Department. I just thought I'd throw that in there. But anyway, you have Ralph's Car Barn. Oh, back to Roy, I'm sorry. Roy's Dispatch on Tuesdays, and the layout update on Saturday mornings, which is one reason I love waking up on Saturday morning, because I get to watch Roy's layout update. It's just amazing what you can do with white foam instead of pink, green, or blue, or whatever other color of foam there is out there available. He takes white foam with that's actually the little beads pressed together, and he carves it. It's always made a mess, yes, but Roy is one of them guys that don't have a choice in Panama. Trying to say Paramount. Panama City, Utah. So check out his update, his layout update. Then you have Ralph's Car Barn, which I haven't seen Ralph do for a while. The last one he had was, I believe, an N-scale caboose. I think he was holding up. I'm guessing that was his last one. Either that, I'm not getting a notification on it or something. And then you have Ron Piskel's at the workbench. Ron was mentioned in the chat by Sparky that he should be good for next week. He's been ill, and our continued thoughts and prayers for Ron Piskel. Okay, car barns are usually on Wednesday or Thursday. Thank you, Ralph. I wasn't sure on that, buddy. All I do is get the notification, and I either get to watch it or I get interrupted. So, trying to. So anyway, back to the chat. Looks like we got Grandpa Rails, John Dilley in the house. Busy at work, stopping in to say hi. It's always good to see John Dilley stopping in while he's at work. I know he never gets to stay long, but it's great to have you say hi and bye, buddy. And looks like Jack's in the house also, saying hi to everybody. So anyway, back to, and if I can, there is, this is even messed up. Boy, make myself smaller. But anyway, there is our live streams during the week. We got Narrow-Minded Mondays with Nate at 7 p.m. Eastern. Also on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern is Tom's Trains and Things. My good buddy Tom from down Florida. If you want to learn about Eldrina or Drinos, I think that's how you say it. I have trouble with that word for some reason, like a lot of things I have trouble with. Um, he's the man to get into contact with. Um, he knows his electronics. So watch Toms and Trains and Things Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then you have the guys from On Track Tuesday. Now, if I can remember what Wilmer said on, or matter of fact, last night, because this ain't Thursday, this is Wednesday, I got to keep remembering that because I'm used to my own live chat getting back on the air. On Track Tuesday crew consists of Wilmer the first week, who is Indian Head Bowie Railroad. The second week is Redbird Tony 2010, and his is usually at 7:30, 8 o'clock, somewhere around in there because of his work schedule. Then you have Boxcar Benny at Creative Rails, and then the fourth person, I've forgot who that is. I'm sorry. Sparky probably posted in there, or Ralph will. Everybody probably knows by now, but I just throw all this stuff in there to waste a couple minutes, just because it's a live chat, live stream. But then you get Sparky 107 at 7 p.m. on Wednesday nights. Tomorrow night, you'll get me on my regular live stream / chat. Sometimes we chat, sometimes we do other things. 7 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights. Then you got your cousin, Vinny, BNSF 6951 at 8 p.m. on Friday nights. I filled in for the cuz last Friday because he had dental surgery and was not able to talk real good, and he was in a lot of pain. I imagine he still has some pain from all that. But check him out. He does scratch building. Once in a while, every now and then, he'll run a train. He'll have a mail call here and there. A great bunch of guys during the week. Then you have back on track on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern. And that's in the morning, Saturday morning. And they are a great group of guys. They once in a while they'll have guests, and they're finally getting on a a certain level. Everything's starting to play out for them. So check them out. And then you have my buddy Ron, as I always knew him as 2448 Toy Man, aka now known as the Real Wicked Canadian. Now I'm understanding that he's possibly on at 7 p.m. on Saturday nights now. I thought it was 10 because it's more of an adult level, because they get to carrying on, and other stuff on there. Plus, he runs trains. He fixes, locomotives, puts the coders in and stuff like that. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, if that's 7 or 10, so I can fix that. Because I'm not totally sure, but I always thought it was 10, but maybe it's changed. I don't know. But anyway, there's the great live streams chats during the week. Um, I'm not sure of any other ones. If anybody knows of any other ones, you can put them in the chat when we promote our channels at the end of the live chat. And we need to get rid of that. Okay, what? Oh, and there is a little message how you can donate a little bit of money to my PayPal account. I'm not asking for much, just something to put into a fund for model railroading for contest supplies, different stuff that I could probably teach myself to do on this channel, as well as try to teach you my kind of techniques, or um, you know, something that somebody else has done. Um, I mean, we all steal each other's ideas. So, and let me see if I can get. Whoop, 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 whoop. I think I screwed it up. There I am. Okay. And I need to get that off of there because that is the wrong live stream. Okay, guys, what I'm going to do here tonight, Ron Brights, welcome, buddy. James Galton, I believe is how you, I'm not sure how you pronounce your last name. Sorry if I butchered it. Black Fountain Models, Falcon Models, I'm sorry. Uh, Saying hi. Let's see. Thank you, Ralph, for posting that. Too many buttons for Rodney to remember. Right time to write them down. Yes, Sparky. Yes, yes, yes. I had them memorized until I had to go into the Christmas season, and now they're all screwed up, thanks to me. But I will have to write them down. Hey, there's Mr. Tom from Tom's Trains and Things. Welcome, buddy. Glad you can make it in. He's probably thinking Sparky looks strange tonight. That's not the normal Sparky. I would never be able to imitate Sparky because Sparky is a great guy. And that's another thing I'll bring up real quick while I'm trying to get some of this set up. Strasbourg, the 15th and 16th, I believe. I've got to keep remembering that. 15th and 16th, Red Caboose Hotel, which is where Sparky and our cousin Vinny and several other people will be staying. I will be there. I will be bringing my friend Randy along, who is sort of in the trains, but not like everybody else is. Um, but I did buy him a train set for Christmas, pretty cheap. Um, it's a lifelike Santa, lifelike lock tracker. That no more than he's probably going to run trains. That that perfect little set is perfect for him. So anyway, and somebody's texting me, and that's just a video. Okay, thought maybe it was Sparky now or again or something. Well, anyway, we are going to adjust the camera. But anyway, Strasbourg, 15th and 16th, 2020, May, the month of May. You'll get to meet Sparky 107 107, Wilmer from Indian Head Bowie Railroad, Roy Smith from Inscale. Oh, geez, I can't even pronounce that channel, so I'm not even going to butcher it. Everybody knows Roy Smith's channel, but he will be coming with his wife Eleanor to Strasbourg. You'll probably see Jerry Solly up there because I think he lives somewhere around that area. Um, and of course, you'll get to meet me, but nobody wants to meet me like they want to meet Sparky 107 107 or Vinny BNSF 6951 or Wilmer at Indian Head Bowie Railroad or any of the other ones. Ray Boble will also be planning on coming from Baltimore. He's down the road from me. I'm in Washington County and he's in Baltimore County, so we don't really get to see each other, but if I get to go to the Timonium train shows, I usually get a hold of him and meet him down there, and we just have a fun time walking around and shooting the breeze about trains. What else do you do at a train show besides talk about trains? But anyway, as you can see, I've got some box cars that I got off of Jack Jack last year, and I keep looking at these cars and I'm thinking I really ought to weather some of these because there is a possible layout in the future, in my future, coming as soon as I find enough time to ever get this basement cleaned up and redded out of all the junk and the train stuff and everything else that it has collected. So I thought and thought and thought, and if I can get this on the right part of the camera, I'm going to weather these boxcars. Do a little bit of weathering on them. Then maybe tomorrow night on my regular live feed, um, we can do another one. Probably won't get too many done tonight because I'm just rambling on and rambling on. And I want to put this flat car over here because it needs repaired. And I don't want the pieces everywhere. So we are going to weather a box car, and I really think I should have turned the heat down in in here because it's kind of hot. That's nothing important. Okay. But anyway, trying to figure out what would be, I think you use payment on a boxcar. Unless it's hit the payment before and got re-railed. You buy trains, huh? And Ralph is putting Roy Smith's channel up there, his YouTube channel, and at the same name as Roy Smith's YouTube channel, you can find his Facebook group at the same name and go over there and join his Facebook group. Post your pictures, and Roy will pull your pictures on that week that he gets them and puts them on his dispatch program on Tuesdays. So we are going to start with a little water. Try to wet this down a little bit. I don't know if this is the right technique to do this, but I always take and put a little bit of water where I'm going to put the paint. That way there's a little bit of a paint run when I do water the paint down. I just let the paint flow down to wherever it lands. Mostly, I'm going to do the roof to make it look rusty. Not so much on the sides, but there will be like a like light rundown to it. So see if I can. And my weathering ain't that great, anyways, guys. So it's not as good as a lot of people can do it. This is just the way I've taught myself to do it. Um, there's other ways. I mean, you can take the airbrush to it. You can lightly coat it with um, spray paint through, from far away to just get a like a light mist across it to make it right there. I mean, that's basically my weathering technique. It's going to have some brown down. You're basically going to still be able to read a lot of your lettering. Technically, that's not prototypical, but it's the way I do it. And let's see, Nancy's in here. Welcome, Nancy. I mean, some places I'll get a little darker, just like I did, and I kind of covered the lettering up. And the nice thing about doing this, guys, you can take, if you're not sure you really want it that dark, you just take a paper towel, blot it, and kind of mix it in to where the rust or dirt or whatever the case may be coming off of the roof. Um, you just blot it and it makes it look like it's, just light color rust. I mean, I always wanted to weather my stuff. I never got a chance to do it. And I figured I'd share the technique and have something to do for my live streams. And like something like that. I mean, you can still read the little writing right there. It's just you got to look close because of the brown um, going through it. And you to do this, basically, I always water the paint down because um, you don't want to make it dark and then come back later and find out that it looks too dark after it dries. But basically, you want your rust up here around the edge of the roof, down here around the bottom of the car, on your trucks, because your trucks is going to go through places with water. And Jack has already actually had these weathered um, before when he owned it. And I always put some rust marks here along the rungs of your ladder. Anything that like grab irons and all that will collect the rust. Because they're single pieces, you might say, or single, yeah, items on the train car. Some places, like I said, I can make it darker, a heavy rust running down. I just don't want to make it too dark because I want to be able to still see some of the writing on there. I mean that. I mean, I'm always happy with what I do. So, I mean, and you can see it might not look right on the camera, but and you can see right there. I'm just letting the or trying to smear the paint on there and make it look like it's coming off the roof. I don't want to do the roof right now because I'm going to work on the sides, and the roof, I can do if it's setting up on the wheels. So 2314. Wow, that's good. And I'm sorry, guys, if I'm missing anybody in the chat. I got Nancy. I think she might have been the last one. Yeah, I got 20 likes. So, but I always try to look, and of course, it's always hard to look at the cars on the trains, and that I'll bring that up right now before I forget about it. Yesterday, I could have had all kinds of um, fanning videos, and one, it was snowing, Two, it was kind of dreary and ugly in places. Not that that would probably really matter if I filmed, but it was something to see down at the St. James Crossing that I usually film at when my daughter and me or just myself gets stopped at. That train went by, and time I got the phone up in my hand to press record, I looked up and there went the last two, or the two Norfolk Southern units going by, as the pushers, or the DUP or DPUs, or whatever you want to call them. I call them helpers, end of the train helpers, pushers, pullers, if you want to call them that. If they reverse the train, they could be the ones that lead the train then. But as that train went by, I was going to pick up my daughter because they had a 2 hour dismissal. Okay, well, I was going to her friend's house to pick her up from the bus stop. And I remembered what was on the end of the train. Well, actually, it wasn't those two Norfolk Southern units. That was another train that I had seen somewhere else. I apologize for that. But anyway, because that wasn't St. James Crossing. But the one that I did see had all kinds of like graffiti hoppers, look like grain hoppers, um, and coal hoppers and box cars. And on the very end, there was two center beams, okay, with the straps hanging down off of them. They was empty. Well, when it went by, I went over and got my daughter from down between Hagerstown and Williamsport on a back road from her friend's house. Picked her and her bike up to take her to her mother's house to take her home. Okay, well, when I left Abigail's mother's house, I went down and there's like a sharp corner where you go around to go back out to the main road. Okay, well, the end of that train went by when I was getting ready to go around that curve. So that's you know that's where they was going. They was going to what they call the Norfolk Southern. I've always called it the Shomo Yard, but they renamed it the Vomo. Uh, I forget how you pronounce that, but it is the Norfolk Southern Hagerstown Yard, and they was actually going into that yard right there because it's not that far on up the road from that curve on that back road. So I thought that was neat to see most of the train going by, me almost getting my camera up in my hand to film it, and the last two cars went by, and when I went around that corner leaving my daughter's mother's house, there was that same exact train going in behind the trees, those same exact last two cars. So that was one of the highlights of my day. And then I had to go back to my daughter's um, daughter's mother's house because she needed some crickets for her gecko, her pet gecko, and we forgot to. She didn't think about saying anything to me. Well, when I was on the way back, I seen those two Norfolk Southern hoppers, um, and a bunch of loaded coal hoppers with snow on top of them because it did snow yesterday, but they was probably coming from, you know, someplace else. Either out it really snowed on them somewhere. But I bet there is at least it had to have been 100 or 200 and some hoppers on that train. And then when as I was driving around, I went to my friend's house um, out in the north end of Hagerstown, driving from the south end. I went all the way out to the north end to my friend Randy's house to take them a snow shovel and drop it off. And I seen part of it again up in Hagerstown, in downtown Hagerstown, there at the CSX yard, and I seen those last two um, Norfolk Southern units going by. So that that was pretty neat. I mean, when when I when I see a long train like that, I wish I could have just pulled over to the side. But filming all that, my phone would have probably went dead before the train ever got done because I tell you what, she was a long one. But I just happened to been going down through town and I looked back in my mirror real quick as they was going across the overpass bridge, and the last two locomotives was getting ready to go by. So that that was pretty interesting to see the same train two different places and still manage to somehow catch up and keep up with it. So, but I thought I'd throw that in there. And don't get me wrong, I love rail. I would love rail fanning more than anything, but I just haven't had time to go out and listen to my scanner and wait and wait and wait until they get done doing something at a yard or something like that. One of these days, I will probably be finding um, a lot of places to do those kind of videos because I really like filming them and posting them on my channel because I know you guys like rail fanning videos as much as you do anything else. And while I'm rambling, I'm going to show you what I've been trying to do. And that don't look real bad. I mean, but it could look better. But like I said, I'm not going to do a lot to it. Um, just enough to have something to do tonight, and maybe we'll work on the other side or another one tomorrow night, um, depending what else I might have up my sleeve. That you can still see the yellow stripe, warning stripe right there on the door. You can still see the symbol and the Chattahoochee Industrial Railroad. I think that's how you say that. Chattahoochee, yeah, Choochee. This car happens to be a early County, Georgia car, cushion service. So that's what this live chat was more or less about. It is now 7:53. So I caught that on my computer. Hey, I thank you, James. I can't pronounce your last name, buddy. I know I seen you in the chat. Um, Here I'll put it in here real quick. By typing it in because I don't want to butcher your last name. It is James. Whoop. I guess it would help if it was actually gonna. There's the name, and I thank you, James, for doing that. I appreciate it. It will go into Model Railroad Road Fund and get used for contests and the channel and other projects, and especially contests. That's one of the main things. The contest that I held last Thursday and did the winners last Friday, filling in for Vinny. I made a mistake and I fixed that mistake, and those prizes came out of my own pocket because I do not have super chats and stuff like that coming in. I am trying to start a Teespring store and possibly a Patreon page. That way, you don't necessarily have to use my PayPal account unless you need to or want to. But I am trying to work on a Patreon page slowly so I understand what I'm going to have to be doing. I'm trying to do something like Sparky does, get in there and list certain stuff that you will get for each amount donated. It's just taken me a little while because I've got other things that get in the way. And this thing's saying it's unstable. Ooh, well, I don't think I want to look at that. Whatever that is. Is this going to be a contest car once you? It could be. You never know, Sparky. It could be. It could be. That might be an idea. I'll have to keep in mind. And Sparky put his flashing red light up there in the chat. I'm sorry guys, I can't get super chats and throw a mop head on my top of my head and use it as a wig. I'm sorry, I'm just not I'm not going to go to the wig store and buy wigs like Sparky. I'm just not I'm not sure if I want to go that route. So anyway, go ahead and promote your channels the last couple minutes. It won't matter if we go over a little bit. So go ahead and promote your channels. I'm not sure where that message is, and I'm not going to find it. I think it's gone. I think that was one of them that got erased. Yeah, it got erased for some reason. But anyway, guys, promote your channels. Tell us any contest you might have. Let's go back to the other. We don't need this one. Just do this. Go ahead and promote your channels, contests, live streams you might have, update videos, any new videos, stuff, anything like that. We got everybody saying goodnight. And of course, this thing's going to lag. So it's probably not going to pick a lot up. And we got another PayPal donation. Thank you, Mr. Roy Harbrick, for your donation. I appreciate it. That will go into the model railroading fund. And this chat is lagging way behind, so I'm not seeing anybody's numbers. Good show all night in Pennsylvania guy. And there's the red torpedo, or the red beacon torpedo light, T107 107. Thank you again, James and Roy. I appreciate it. I've been lurking or lacking for about 45 minutes. Well, I got to do something to get a better chat up, because the chat ain't moving as I'm live on one computer and the YouTube is way behind on the little one because it's a little less powered laptop. But anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this. Sparky, I hope I did everything everything good? Even though it's my my channel, but this was the Friday night live chat, guys. So, scheduled host on the regular scheduled channel. Same Sparky time, same Sparky channel, you might say. Sort of like the Batman days. Same Sparky time, same Sparky channel, same Sparky fun night. But we'll catch you later, guys. Everybody be safe, especially Roy and anybody else that's driving a truck out there on them roads. I know you all go through different weather. Keep the hammer down and don't get into any bad predicaments. We'll see y'all later. See you next week with Sparky 107 107. I'll see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern on my regular live stream. Hot Rod Rodney 25 out.